When a series gets popular, one of the most common things to expect is a boatload of spin-offs. The Bloons franchise is no exception. While most commonly known in its tower defense form, it isn't uncommon to see our favorite dart-throwing monkeys in other genres of games. For this video, I decided to look at a couple of notable spin-offs of the Bloons tower defense games and see how they are. Without further ado, the weird world of Bloons spin-offs. Oh yeah, also my funny graph currently looks like this, so if you guys can face that, that'd be pretty dang cool. Starting things off is a game that started it all, Bloons. Now it's kind of weird since Bloons Tower Defense is a spin-off of the original Bloons, but I think Bloons fits for the video, considering how popular BTD is compared to it. Bloons seems to be playing as a classic dart monkey in your quest to pop hundreds of Bloons. But rather than the Bloons coming to you to be popped, you have to throw darts at the Bloons, who patiently sit in a pattern waiting for their demise. The challenge in Bloons comes from throwing your darts at the right angles to pop the right amount of Bloons within a certain number of throws. As you progress through the game, you'll gradually encounter more obstacles and power-ups to shake up the gameplay. This formula works really well, and the game is really addicting. Much like the older Bloons games, the game is also a real tough cookie. There's levels that use ice balloons, walls, and those stupid bounce walls that defy all laws of physics in brilliantly difficult ways, and you need to be a master of parabola calculations to beat. I actually didn't beat the game by recording, because I couldn't make past the stupid smiley face level, but I certainly intend to come back and complete the game on a later date. Not only was the OG Bloons fun, it was impactful. The game did well enough to warrant a couple of direct sequels and spin-offs, one of which should quickly go on to surpass the original. Speaking of, one of the most interesting things about Bloons to me is seeing all the inspiration for things that would be in BTD. All of the power-ups, most of the obstacles, and a wide variety of other things they can't incorporate into Bloons Tower Defense. It's just really fascinating. Bloons 1 may have been surpassed in popularity by its successors, but it still holds up after all these years, and it's certainly worth checking out. After BTD exploded in popularity, there's a big gap where the original Bloons formula was forgotten. There was an additional Bloons game for a long time, until earlier this year, when Ninja Kiwi announced a Bloons 1-ish game coming to mobile, which is the next step in our adventure, Bloons Pop. Bloons Pop functions as an odd sort of return to form for the series, but not entirely. It's a mobile game that came out about a month ago, and it's the second spin-off of Based on 6, after that weird Adventure Time thing. Anyways, Bloons Pop sees you launching projectiles and monkeys down the screen to pop as many balloons as possible. Again, similar to Bloons 1, with a whole bunch of changes as well. For one thing, there are no obstacles trying to block your path. The game is less about sniping the perfect shots with your monkey, and more about using a good variety of different monkeys. There are a whole bunch of different towers that you can use to pop balloons. Each one functions differently. Dart monkeys throw 3 bouncing darts, boomers will bounce around and release 4 boomerangs whenever they collide with something, ice monkeys will freeze a large area around the impact point, etc. Like I said, the game is about using them all to your advantage. It's really fun to figure out the best way to beat every level with the monkey you have at your disposal. But it's not only basic towers you have. Get enough pops so you can get yourself a hero. These guys are really good at their jobs. I only locked 2 in my recording time, but both of them are unbelievably good. I've heard Churchill blows every other hero out of the water, and I fear what he does to those poor balloons. But heroes aren't the only way to accumulate hundreds of pops easily. If you have 2 of the same kind of tower in your hand, you can merge them into a mega monkey. These guys just shred everything in sight, no competition. Just look at this clip, everything is dying just because I launched up monkey in their general direction of the balloons. Seriously though, it's incredibly satisfying to see how big of a combo you can get on balloons. It makes you want to keep playing. It's good fun. There's also a bit to the game outside balloon popping. There's a little city customizer thing where you can spend your rewards for popping. It's not much, especially compared to what we'll get to later on, but it's a fun little distraction. I chose a lot more to the game, but I was only able to get through the first 10 levels in my recording time due to time constraints. But I will certainly play more Bloons Pop, especially since it's just a quick mobile game you can whip out whenever I have a free moment. Of all the towers in the Bloons series, I don't think any are as iconic as the Super Monkey. Ninja Kiwi knew this, and decided that it would be a good idea to give him his own game. Twice! Bloons Super Monkey 2 is a game I knew absolutely nothing about going into. I had seen no gameplay or even screenshots of the game, and I had heard no discussion about it, so I had no idea what to expect. And the title screen of the game did not fill with joy, because it looks like this and sounds like this. Alright, before we get to the actual discussion of the game, for some reason OBS decided after being the first level that it didn't want to record the game, and started capturing the Ninja Kiwi archives, so I had to switch to screen capture, so if the resolution looks bad, that's why. Getting past the title, Super Monkey 2 is a top-down shooter of all things, similar to Galaga or Space Invaders. And you play as the Super Monkey, obviously, who will automatically fire an endless stream of darts ahead. You control where he moves on the screen. This sounds like it'd be pretty boring, but the game manages to keep you interested pretty well. There are far too many balloons for you to get at once, so you have to choose what you want to target. But even then, Super Monkey is still pretty weak at his job, at least without any upgrades. That's right, much like the Bloons Tower Defense games, there are upgrades available with Super Monkey, and boy are they good. Each arm can be equipped with one of 6 different upgrades, most of which come from towers in the series. Each of these has their ups and downs, like being unable to pop certain balloons, darts can't pop lead, bombs can't pop black, lasers can't pop glass, all that jazz. And if you're wondering what a glass balloon is, it's basically purple. There's a lot of strategy in choosing what to equip on each part of the Super Monkey. It makes the game really fun, trying to figure out all these new strategies. As for the shooter part of the game, it's also fun. The balloons come in a huge variety of powers and types, and it can be a real fun challenge trying to pop them all. And there's even mobs, and it's something called a mini mob, It looks like a DET, but uglier. The game starts out really easy, but gets way harder once you get a second world, where they start throwing a bunch of shield balloons at you at once. I had to stop recording at level 10, but much like every other game here, I'm definitely gonna come back to Super Monkey 2. You should definitely check it out, no matter how weird it looks. I want to end the video talking about what is by far my favorite of the Bloons spin-offs. During the Tower Defense 5 era, the series is more popular than ever before, and HQ decided to make a couple spin-offs of 5 to offer some more gameplay. The first of them was BTD Battles, a game I'm not actually going to be talking about because it's a bit too similar to the regular Bloons formula, and besides everyone knows how good Battles was. Not too many people seem to recognize his little brother though, which is what we're going to be looking at, Bloons Monkey City. Monkey City is a strange amalgamation of tower defense and city builder games, both of which are genres I greatly enjoy. Each building you place helps you in some way in the tower defense, and the works from those help you expand your city. It's a perfect cycle. I don't need to talk too much about the tower defense gameplay since it's the same as 5. 2 paths, tier 4s, wizards are still apprentices and some of the best towers in the game, Ice Monkey still sucks, and Bloon Chipper still exists. The only significant difference to the formula comes in the way that the tower defense segments are presented. You find them on tiles on the world map, and they are much shorter than the typical games in 5, ranging from 6 to 22 rounds. The only other notable change is the introduction of DDTs, everyone's favorite balloon in 6. Now for the main attraction, City Builder. There are a wide variety of buildings available to place, each of which do something else. The most important ones are the ones that help you in the tower defense elements of the game. Things like tower buildings, which give you additional towers for each one you place, and upgrade stations for the towers, or again, purchase upgrades. On top of these is also typical building things, money farms, energy farms, banks, all that jazz. One of the things I like most about the City Builder is getting new territory. Obviously you're gonna run out of space to put things fast, but I unlock more by doing tower defense things on the map. The gameplay elements just work off each other frighteningly well. And on top of everything here, there's also a variety of events you can do. Special events against certain towers like sub and NG, multiplayer comp stuff, a form of monkey knowledge before 6, and much more. There's so much stuff packed in this free game, it's actually insane. Pairs with some fantastic quality of life changes like auto start being used as a 3rd speed, and an absolute banger of a soundtrack. You've got yourself a quality Bloons game. Unfortunately, there are a couple of glaring issues with the game. First and foremost, it's very mobile game-y. Everything you do takes time, sometimes a stupid long amount of it. But of course you can just speed this up with some gems you always have too few of, or you could buy some more. These tropes are pretty annoying, but if you check on the game every couple of hours it's easier to ignore, though it can still be infuriating sometimes. The other big issue with the game is probably something that scares most people off of trying the game. There's clearly a difference between the art styles of TD5 and 6. 5 has a more simplistic look with the dies, while 6 goes full cartoon mode. Both are great, but the problem stems from the fact that there was an in-between. Bloons Monkey City's art style looks like it's trying to be a mix of 5 and 6, but horribly fails. Everything here just looks unnatural, uncanny, and unappealing. I really hate to make this comparison, but the art style looks exactly like Family Guy. And of course, this is a style they decided to use for the Super Monkey plush. While Monkey City has its flaws, I think the good outweighs the bad here. If you're looking for a unique BTD5 experience, or a fun city building game, or just a game to put up when you've got a few minutes to kill, Monkey City is right up your alley. So in conclusion, the spin-offs are all really good actually. I'll admit, I did not expect them all to measure up to the quality of the tower defense games, but what do you know? Now obviously it didn't cover every game, there's still plenty more spin-offs out there, and even some new ones on their way, and maybe I'll do a video on those in the future. If you guys would like to see that, tell me in the comments. Also consider subscribing, it's pretty cool and stuff. Anyways, that's all I have for you today, so thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.